And it's live! Hey, everybody! I'm totally gonna remember to cut out that first bit. Thanks for joining us back for some more Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
Right. Me and Vaughn have pledged that we're going to try our darndest to finish this today. Holy shit!
No.
Can you remember the fucking cliffhanger we left this on?
Why did we leave it here?
Because it's spicy. Object.
Yeah.
I was gonna say object.
Yes.
How am I supposed to get? Yep, just gonna object. Objection! Fuck it, we're right in. We'll remember as we go.
Yeah, because it was the video footage, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was something wrong with it. One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me objecting to what you've just proven.
Oh, shit. Of course not.
Only an idiot
I
would do that.
almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. Oh, God. Oh. The security video did not show the actual murder. I mean, it's pretty close.
It's close, but it doesn't
in a court of
actually
law,
show it.
you need those hard. What's he holding under his arm?
Oh,
is
that's
that
his megaphone.
Thing? Yeah,
that's his megaphone.
yeah. Yeah, in a court of law, you do need that. Yeah.
There.
The
fucking.
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room.
Nani?
The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
Cowards! This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
That's alright! Do you mean? Are you fucking
Your Honor.
telepathic? He thought that. How do you... Okay.
No, we've discussed this. Phoenix just whispers it out.
Oh yeah, he doesn't actually think it any time. God, this girl's crazy. What was that, Phoenix? Nothing. I was thinking in my head silently.
The defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? I mean, I was going to say, we could just make Officer Jake Marshall. I'm going to bring Detective Gumshoe to the stand.
Wait, yeah, hang on. Who could we have chosen? Should have chosen this. It's a fucking Damon Gant.
Mate, you mean he would have it all figured out. He's got like 50 plans to get out.
He's playing 5D chess and we're trying to learn 3D. Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Yeah, knew that
Nice,
word,
nice. I would have gone subpoenaed.
Subopened? Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess. I can take it up.
Has anybody ever mentioned out that you can't say Vaughn without Vor? and they just Photoshop a little face of you inside a giant woman's stomach, looking happy and content.
What?
You can't say Vaughan without Vor.
Vor.
Vor is the, you know what Vor is?
No, I don't know what Vor is. No.
Oh, okay, okay, well, okay. Vor is the, fetish, the fetishization, of being, consumed or surrounded.
Oh God, really?
So like, yeah, people like getting eaten or getting like wrapped up and stuff. It's
God,
Vor.
that's rough. Oh
Yeah.
no,
It's in your name, man.
It's in the name. Oh well, fucking hell. I suppose I do like to get my ass eaten, but I don't know if that's.
Don't hang your feet out of the bed, otherwise the demons will eat them. Be me, 100 IQ. Sticks ass out of bed.
Oh, alright, I've learned something today.
Alright, here we go. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
You should, okay, those blue lines from now, just lean real close to the mic and just, I haven't figured anything out. What's she talking about?
Lana! You're the one who knows everything.
Emma, you're still here?
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you, but he's an idiot.
I don't recall asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals.
Detective Gumshoe!
Woo! Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Aww.
Oh, Gumshoe!
Sad face. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You've got a lot of nerve, pal. Make a detective run around while on duty.
Oh no, imagine.
And don't know if you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, detective.
Well, we don't want you. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Skye.
That's okay. So, have you bought what I asked?
You mean this, right?
My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
No.
Oh my god, Phoenix actually has connections. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident?
Hey, Don.
Well, Lana,
Hey, Dad, what's up?
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the Chief Prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Skye was a witness? I'm gonna be honest, I thought she was a detective on the case already, but I think I've got my people mixed up.
I think you got your people mixed up. Yeah, she's the chief prosecutor. She's Edgeworth's boss. SL9 incident files. Files for the Joe Drake killings. Joe Dark killings.
Joe Dark killings.
God damn my dyslexia. I haven't got dyslexia. I think it's just general stupidity. Sometimes I switch letters around.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with the serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Yep.
Emma? But why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
Dun dun dun.
Joe Dark. No, Lana. That's over with. No.
Oh God. Emma, wait. She ran away. I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, Belle, I'm out here.
Damn you, Gumshoe!
Oh shit, Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant. Oh, that's it. That's who I thought was Miles Edgeworth. Yeah. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
I better take a good look at this file. I have a whole 15 minutes. I'm sure I can wing it.
Oh man, to be continued. This is where we should have left it. We do this all the time. Fuck it. You got to the next bit. Well done. Is this the last bit? February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom of 9. Dun 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 dun. Bang!
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Emma didn't come back.
What was that, Phoenix? Are you muttering to yourself? Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. No drink.
I'm so drunk.
Witness, please stop drinking on the stand and state your name and occupation.
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trials of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. Oh, look. Ask my name. If you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind. I've never heard Edgeworth describe that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is that correct?
According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. This guy's a fucking idiot.
Alright, shut up with the nonsense.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony on the day of the crime.
Okay.
In plain old English.
Okay, here we go. Pop a read first time through, and then we dissect everything.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bow and orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day.
You did?
But that ain't my style.
Wait, what word was it that you pronounced correctly? It looks all
subpoenaed.
fucked up? Yeah, you got subpoenaed. And then orchard.
The
You were like,
orchard.
oh no.
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. I mean,
So
one man
he
was at a
admitted
bar.
he was, drinking while he was supposed to be.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining, you old fuck.
You old Whoa.
Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, oh fuck. Ah, there we go.
Nice.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers, Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? How much does this man drink? He's not being very helpful.
He's not good with machines or following orders.
Why is this man employed?
Well, he was like a chief detective, and then he got bumped all the way down to like patrolman.
This man needs to be... Like, this man's responsible for people's safety. I ain't fucking buying it. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble.
But he's just so lovable.
Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Shall we check the evidence we've got? Just to read the description of it.
Absolutely.
You know, the one that we just received.
Absolutely. Okay, here we are. So, Joe Dark, serial murderer, sentenced to death. Victims: Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall, Rachel Moss, and Jason Knight.
Neil Marshall? I wonder if that maybe he has some relation to one of the victims.
Witness: Lana Skye and Emma Skye. Head prosecutor: Miles Edgeworth. Executive investigators: Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Head investigators: Bruce Goodman. Investigators: Jake Marshall and Angel Starr.
Okay.
Yeah, Neil Marshall. Do you think that was his brother, maybe?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. I'm glad it's not actually pages and pages and pages of a case that we have to...
No. Now, Phoenix thumbs it down for us, didn't he?
Are you alright with Gant's not here? You alright with us pressing everything?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, there it goes. Okay, Gira, wary eye. Hold it!
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy's fled for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good.
What?
So naturally, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
Okay.
They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day. That ain't my style. Fam, do your job. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. That's just I know. Join the police force, you dumb fuck. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of this crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. Oh, I bet we've got evidence. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. So you're saying only the paper shows him?
Oh shit, do you think he's all 7s because he's like a desperado, lucky 7s?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Anyway.
I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. Oh, you're tempting fate now. How's this guy avoid being fired? Thank you, Phoenix.
I don't do my job and I'm blatant about it.
The room's protected by 2 security systems anyway.
Hold it!
You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course, back in the day my luck was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
Yeah, but that's a lie. 4-year-old can tell you how a bike works.
That's quite, incredible.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
Damn it, Gumshoe!
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down.
Hold it! You were drinking on the job.
What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti.
I'm sorry. I deeply regret it. I was across the street.
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches could beat that pause from Goli's sepia pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? It was spaghetti. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, did you not want a raise this year? I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Hold it! Where's the trail?
Out of ammo, Officer Marshal? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west to the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. They do now.
They do now.
I have a trump card on my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I'd better up the ante. Okay, so if we go forward one...
Hold on.
Make rounds 3 times safe, but that ain't my style. Look at the record of it. Yeah, I think his name... I mean, the 7's only come up once. So he lost an item.
It's not that, it's not that. No! Shit! Oh, fuck!
Ah, no.
It absolutely fucking doesn't! I misclicked! Oops! Okay, sorry. Made them around 3 times a day. What do we want to look at?
Well, I mean, yeah, so the ID card thing doesn't have his name on it once, does it?
No.
So that's fine.
Marshall's fingerprints. I mean...
Oh! Well, I mean, actually, I don't know. It says he doesn't know how to use the lockers, but that's not using a locker. That's just wiping it down.
So,
okay. No, wait.
I'm just pressing this to see what you made your rounds.
Yeah.
And you heard, so I do it in my style. On the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. Right, yeah, I thought it was this one.
Yeah, I mean, his fingerprints could be placed any day, technically.
Oh, yeah, no, but in this one, he also says, I haven't been in there in ages.
Yes!
So as the room protected by 2 security systems, if I remember right, I was at a street side saloon. Just an innocent traveling man. Okay, no. So I was supposed to make around. Do you want to present it on, should we try it? Or have you got any other ideas?
Because you can't present it during a press, can you?
No, not during a press. We have to do it like beforehand. But Phoenix, I think this is the trump card Phoenix was talking about, and he just said, I want to up the ante before I use it.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything else that would really get him. Evidence from a past case. Edgeworth brought it back to his office by Gant's request. Scene of the stabbing. He's already said he doesn't recognize that. He's already said he doesn't know what those are. Files, projectile killing. You can just present these and be like, were you part of this? SL9. Fuck it. Should we just do the bloody handprint?
Yeah, is this the best line to use it on?
Well, this is the line where he says... So I was supposed to make it around 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. And we're like, what the fuck do you mean that ain't your style? And he said, you heard, I told you it ain't my style. No desperado, that's the rules get in the way. Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
Oh yeah, and then he says I haven't been there in weeks.
Says Rebel Girl, sorry partner, I can't say so. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
Yeah, no, let's get his let's do him with that. See if that does anything.
Okay, I'm supposed to make the rounds all day. I mean, for us as humans, this logically is a contradiction. But the music hasn't changed. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
Uh-oh, hang on. Okay. No, there is something else. Hang on. So this is supposed to make rounds 2 times a day. That ain't it. Go to the next one. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems. If I remember right, I was a street side saloon at the time it went down. So... Hang on a second. Can we present the ID card thing when he says that last bit? Because we don't know his ID card number, but if we ask him for it, will it say that he's the all number 7s?
So on this one, I was at a street side saloon, or I'm an innocent travelling man with no more ammo.
I was at a street side saloon.
Okay.
Ah shit. No. Okay. Oh fuck.
Big crap. We've got nothing that places him anywhere else. Edgeworth parking, that's that ID. Got fingerprints, bloody shoe. Fuck. A piece is missing. This is you, Jake! This is your hand, it's inside the evidence room!
Unless you use that on the last one. Because he says he's innocent, but that's a bloody handprint.
Fuck it.
Oh yeah, there we go. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd that it is you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint! Oh, listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
Oh.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood!
Red and blood!
What's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away, however. A luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall, seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Hmm?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall.
About the bloodstained fingerprints? Oh shit, sorry.
Wait, well, I thought that was Marshall. Yeah.
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Okay, what's this fucking excuse, huh? Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. That is the stupidest fucking logic I've ever heard, and yet this game's gonna be like, oh, that makes sense.
Literally, the next line.
Yeah, the witness's explanation appears valid.
Checks out to me.
Fucking does it, mate? Does it? Although there's room for doubt,
Is there?
Well, let's fucking doubt him then. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
My biggest question is, how did he know the killer was wearing gloves?
Oh, because the judge did show him a glove, so maybe he's just assumed from that.
Yeah, showed him a glove, but
Yeah.
we never said.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it.
What was that, partner?
Now's my chance to prove it. Are you okay? Alright, here we go.
Okay, let's press my thing. It's
Says
unnatural for my
unnatural.
fridge to be in the room. Hold it!
That's because how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing.
Because you got the paper up every time Phoenix does, does that mean you need a little flask of whiskey every time that Jake drinks you drink?
Oh, God. Has some nice 7-Up in it. That locker happens to be mine. Oh, what? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. And porn. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. The print had been wiped. Okay, so it's on his own. Right, okay. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint.
Hold it!
So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain! My locker's covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance.
Hold it!
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
Hold it!
Oh, we gotta catch him on that,
How the
haven't
fuck
we?
do you know?
Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Oh, damn.
Ooh.
One's gotta do a breakfast while the other's a type of murder. He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
Judge, come on, man. You can't be praising people for wordplay every
No,
time.
man. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this.
Mate, they're throwing the words at us tonight.
Oh no, God, did you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
Hold it! How did you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
How'd you know that? I may be a loader, but I still do my job. I keep on up on the reports.
There was a blood stain at the
nice.
scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint? That's the only logical conclusion.
No, it's not.
Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. Oh fuck, the security tape. So long as my
You're taking
trail
the
isn't
piss
in
out of
there,
my accent.
you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Oh! Oh, you slut! Oh, I swear we can get him. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. Fucking hell, Judge.
Come on, Judge.
The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Oh, the only thing I'm thinking of is the hat, but Mr. Goodman wore a hat as well.
But the, yeah, but what about that fucking cloth that's sticking out of the end locker? But that's not Jake's locker. Like...
Good call.
Let's go for a cheeky save, cheeky double save.
Yeah, let's... You know what? Shall we go for it? Let's show the evidence?
Show the evidence.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Oh, shitting hell.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jacob Marshall.
So that's his locker.
No, the one at the beginning is.
Okay, so that's not his locker.
It's the one.
That's his locker.
Yeah.
Glove falls out. Meekins comes along. Big tussle.
Meekins is down. There, that's the cloth. Because I swear we pointed to that cloth and it was wrong, wasn't it? So I'm wondering if it's right now. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon enough forget, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas. So are our tempers.
You've never set foot in Texas.
Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Oh god, did we point that out? Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Oh shit, it was. Okay, excellent. Yeah, nice done.
Oh no, you noticed it. This is all you, buddy.
Yeah, there we go. You know what? I thought his was the second one in, not the first. But no, it's the first one. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit, shall we? So we were one step ahead of it, because we pointed that out way too early.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay,
yeah. You're ahead of the game, McDonald.
The Renegade. I love the music. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall, hmm? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Oh! What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Oh shit, yeah, no, that is where the bloody handprint was.
Order! Order! It would seem that... Hold your horses, sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Absolutely does.
The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Oh, yeah, he's being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
He just said it's only... This guy isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. He's a fucking dumbass. I had to rain on your parade. But you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah, I'll call your bluff. You say open that locker, now prove it! Well, I mean, the security system.
Is that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's...
Only the assigned detective...
Yeah,
Only the
that's it,
assigned
yeah,
detective Prince can unlock it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
A fingerprint sensor.
Oh, the sweat drops! I think we got
Oh,
him, buddy.
mate, he's got withdrawals. We talked about this earlier today. The locker can only be opened by detectives they belong to.
Oh.
You fucking idiot. What kind of crazy talk is this? You literally said it earlier. What is this
kind
dude's
of
deal?
hocus pocus magic is what you trying to
What-
dumb
what-
for a
what-
witch?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. I mean, what sort of police are we fucking dealing with here?
There's an obvious little green bit on there, so like they go to open their locker and it doesn't work, but if they hold it a specific way, it does work. They didn't. They're detectives. They're supposed to put things together as their job.
What do you have to say in 8 words or less? Ah!
Oh, he's got the jerky.
Chewing this fucking jerky. I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Bang, bang, bang.
Hold up. Witness, explain yourself. If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Hey, please answer the question. Why is the judge saying, what is he now, a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can. Have a look at these floor plans. There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He was the victim. No, wait, what? He was the killer. What? I'm so confused. He's the killer, right? Who is the victim?
It just said that's me. No, because Meekins has been accused of
being the killer, so Marshall's the victim.
Yeah.
Officer Marshall, yeah, because he's disguised, right. Yeah. Officer Marshall's standing right here. What? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show him his card, sir.
Yes, and how did the Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me!
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it.
Oh.
As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it.
Do you?
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man was Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that and have to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. What? I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining your bar. I swear I already used this one. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, I don't have anything like that. Well, we got something to hint at that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the only one who can't take the desert heat. This can't be happening. It's obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Nutty?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
What do you think this locker has opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
I think I read that wrong. There is no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jacob Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
What's in that fucking locker? The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth aside. Fuck.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Let's hope to fuck it works.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Okay, I'm assuming it's because he needs to wipe away blood. So do we need to show him getting wounded?
Oh.
Ah!
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking blood.
For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman. And entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end. Yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
My favourite metal
white
band.
Coat?
My second favourite metal band.
You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner.
We fucking do it?
Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all.
You
I
sounded
hope
drunk.
you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, I kind of fused 2 words there. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we? Officer Marshall, tell the cult what you did. All of it. Oh my god, is he gonna confess? Alright. Seems the time has come. Oh damn, he's confessing. Holy shit, he's confessing. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew a Cherries wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Okay. So the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. I mean, that hasn't been tested already. It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
Of course not. Why would they test that already? They weren't told explicitly to.
Why would they do DNA evidence? Like,
Yeah.
what is this? A police case? I don't fucking know. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. Let what die, Officer
Hold
Marshall?
it! SL9 incident, isn't it?
Yeah, when you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SO9 incident.
2 years have passed since then, since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Because his brother was in it.
God damn it.
That was my last chance, that's why. I stole the detective's ID card and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence.
Hold it!
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer. I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did it to fool the security camera?
And the detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost time report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. This isn't Men in Black. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker by yourself.
But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I was expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person.
Aw.
Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Why did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry I had to turn out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? I mean, that's the one I shaved my face with. Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say. So you knocked him. Wait, why does he have a knife in court? I've just realised.
Why is he drinking in court? Oh, nothing makes sense.
You knocked Officer Meekins out and managed to escape. I knew his chairs wouldn't be caught on camera.
Hold it. How did you know that?
So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tapes are raised every 6 hours. Yeah, if all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you blunted your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins.
Someone was in the security room when I came out. The jig would have been up. Oh, my luck would stash it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
How cold?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, there wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's...
Yeah.
They line up, that makes sense. Okay. No! What are we doing?
Pressing it. Just pressing.
Oh, okay. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
So you stole evidence from the locker?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? Is that the stuff we've got?
It's still missing, Your Honor. No. No, we got like the case. We got like the case report.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence? Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. I mean, you're in a court of law. That's. Why did you do this?
Why have you
a
done
detective's
this?
ID, injuring a police officer. Just why, man? Why? Why are you doing it? This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. I can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. Witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the yes or no answer. You know why? I mean, we do know why.
We've got a good guess as to why.
But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? Little bitch. Little fucking cowcock. That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Did you just call him a cow cuck?
I did, yeah. Could have called him a cuck boy, but but my brain doesn't work like that, so
Cuck boy's much better.
yeah.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down to that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Oh.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? We know why!
We know why!
Maybe I should present him with what I think the real reason is. Yes, yes! I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files.
To do that, it doesn't matter. Should we just present them straight up, or?
I think if we present, present it, yeah.
And then it'll be like, why?
Officer Marshall, I think I understand.
Sorry, I was trying to maneuver.
I think I know why you care so much about the SO9 incident.
Oh, down to go, puppy.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SO9 incident file right here. It's 1 page. the name Marshall is mentioned in here. Oh, well, he did it for us.
Oh, okay, sweet.
In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall, are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award. Now
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. I mean, no fucking shit. What
No
else was it gonna be? He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
Oh.
Oh, he looks evil, doesn't he?
Joe Dark.
My brother Fort Dark was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. I've no idea what that word is.
Me neither. Cool. I'm guessing it's a fancy word for cool.
Yeah, at least according to public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
Yay! That was the last day of the SL9... Oh, that was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day.
Oh.
The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze me. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murderer was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime,
Can we all go home?
that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Huh. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it.
Shit.
Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable.
Oh, Edgeworth.
If you have a
fucking-
response, make it a
bastard.
single word or less.
Ah!
I rest my case.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape was really fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Oh, is it going to be Emma? Oh!
Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection, right?
What do you mean, Wright? Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please, hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out about the SO9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Skye sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprints had nothing to do with the crime. No, that only left one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I could examine it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry. I'm not that much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Me, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be more of use, but still, you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark. Lana will be.
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
I mean, we've got to object. We can't just say, there's no problem.
Let's look at the evidence. So, there is a piece of that vase missing that has blood on it.
Is that blood?
I mean, that looks like blood. Oh, blood in this jar. Yeah.
It's evidence in the SL9 incident. The blood must be from back then.
Did you notice as well in the flashback, the trophy was in one piece, whereas the current one,
Yeah.
the jars of the hole goes right through. I could put my dick in it.
Oh,
Finally. Or some weird telescope.
finally, something new I could put my dick in.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe the shield was maybe, I don't know, used in the crime or something. Okay. The tape? Is there anything on the tape? Thing is that the fucking the movie thing's in the way, isn't it? The
Yeah, the blue
Detective
badger.
Gumshoe's creation.
This thing.
It's actually dancing in the evidence room at the time of the murder at the PD.
The thing is, he's got a handprint on his face.
He does have a handprint on his face, yeah.
Fuck it, I object.
Uh,
Something's up!
This handprint left at the crime scene is sus.
Is a little sussy bucker.
Clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans.
If you could, yeah, thank you.
Something is missing. Missing? Oh shit.
Oh, missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Generally, that's what we mean by missing, yes.
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. I don't know what he's on about, to be honest.
I have no idea what he's on about.
I just pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time.
I think he might be, Judge.
Well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use, so we are winging it.
Yep.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans? Is it the blue badger? Oh my god. Oh, it's the blue badger. What about that piece of plywood?
Amazing.
The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Dancer of the eternity. Defender of truth. Defender of truth. Guardian of truth.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright, and stop coming up with catchy titles for that stupid thing.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. Well, I mean, shit, he's an object, not a fucking map.
He's not part of the floor plan. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. Whoa! Oh my god! So that means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma!
Oh, that afternoon. Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would have been impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
That's old man talk for bullshit.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins' guy's hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time,
they're really proud of that animation.
someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Oh my fucking god!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
This shit's blowing my mind. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assuming this murder purport
Purport, yeah, that's a purport, yeah.
really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur? To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jack Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman.
Fuck me, this is convoluted.
Another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Present!
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? Would it be the clock-in sheet?
That's my guess, because, yeah, 420. Wait.
Yeah,
Bruce?
I mean...
No, because this is Bruce Goodman.
Well, that's Bruce Goodman's card. Don't you remember? Because
That's true, yeah.
Marshall stole it, so...
Should we present it?
I mean, that's the only thing. Yeah, surely, that's the only... If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record!
He's so old.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at... Let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Oh, no. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, what have you done?
What have you done, you very naughty boy?
I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure to figure out it couldn't have been me. Fuck me.
Nope. Oh shit, Marshall knew this was gonna happen from the start. Marshall's a fucking genius. He's playing 6D chess.
Yep.
And fucking doing a pub quiz at the same time. No, I ain't getting it. I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one name missing. There's only one of the card number remaining. 77777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777.
Oh.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777. That's one 7 too many, Your Honor.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What? Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which it can be granted such authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? Can a judge do that? I mean, you're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I mean, okay, Mr. Man who nearly murdered someone, like, fucking get off that high horse.
He knocked him out cold, he was fine. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you could keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not you, to her. The defendant's in over there. Your own little executive. Lana?
Then don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SO9 incident? Yeah, no fucking shit.
The one we've all been going on about.
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Ooh. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? It's fine. I heard him, Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At that time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Oh?
Lana!
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief How many witness stands are there? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all evidence in court?
Right. I'm sorry, I'm just going to throw it to Be Right Back screen real quick. Just got to deal with the puppy. Bye, everybody. Hey, guys. Sorry about that. Did you present all the evidence in court? Next.
Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and see that you did?
Oh.
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why would you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence.
Oh, snap. My eyes. It's like being flashbanged in Counter-Strike. See, that's what I'm talking about.
No. No!
Order! 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 Oh my god, Lance remarks caused quite a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Whoa, damn.
To be continued.
The people rised up. Let's burn this motherfucker down.
Burn it all to the ground!
It's always
Fuck
makes me
the
laugh
establishment.
in Harold and Kumar get the munchies, where he's like, those little White Castle burgers, square, they're so good. Makes you want to burn this motherfucker down. Burn it all down! Just so cute. Oh, it's so good.
Why is your ass so dirty? You don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to. That's my fucking favorite bit. You see this fucking court order? Wipe my ass with it. Oh God, why is your ass so dirty? Don't ask questions you don't know the answer to.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's the way it is. We did what we had to do to get him killed.
I mean, we all know the fucking prosecutor's corrupt as fuck.
Corrupt as fuck!
I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used what she happened to me.
What do you mean what happened to you?
It's infectious! It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Dale Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
I was the murder weapon. On the night Prosecutor Dale Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was the only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
Did you, viewers? Okay, well, fucking spill the beans.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah, but 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. I planned to eat dinner together once she'd finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark.
Joe Dark.
It seemed he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. Ah! I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Thanks for the recap, Phoenix.
Thanks.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. And then...
What happened?
Bitch got shivved. I mean, I'll never forget it. Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw was burned as a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture?
All right, Solid Snake. Jesus.
Like a photograph?
Did you look at it?
I remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
No, bro, totally bogus.
That's like char not cool.
What's it? Fucking nar. Fucking hit the nar, bro.
You're a fucking narc, bro.
The wave swift.
The prosecutor's office wanted the guilty verdict so bad. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, it's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though I may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. I mean, he does all the fucking time!
He doesn't. I don't think he's ever falsified evidence.
Oh, but
knowingly.
he's, paid people to say lies on the stand and stuff, yeah.
No, prosecutor's job is to tell people how to answer questions correctly, and it's the defendant's job. No. It's prosecutor's. Wait, the prosecutor wants to get them put in jail, so why would?
No, I don't like it, Sam.
I don't like it either. It hurt my brain.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She has not been able to face up what she did, especially not to Emma.
So 20 minutes, man. The vibe check is already saying we should finish, but we got this. We power
No,
through.
we got this. We got this. What did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Blood.
Oh, look at his pointy hair. Love it.
Doc knocked out Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
Oh, right through my giddy-ups.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I mean, you didn't get stabbed yourself, but, it's still
No.
pretty traumatic.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. Here it is.
You must have been 14. That's understandable.
That's right, Phoenix. She's still only 16. Don't worry, Sam. I've only got eyes for Edgeworth.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided when I grow up, I'll become a scientific advisor guru. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. I misread that as something completely different. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
I know, you just mumbled it out loud to yourself. What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor.
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. As happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices at the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
I don't think it actually is news to us. I think it actually says it in here. Okay, so Joe Dark, they're the victims. Head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana and Emma Skye. Executive investigators, Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're investigators. If you read the case file, Phoenix, then okay.
Fucking dumbass.
After Joe Dark's... she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective Phoenix, man. Come on. I better have another talk with her. Okay.
I'm guessing she'll still be at the detention center. February 24th, detention center. Visitors room.
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana. Emma told me about you.
Oh, it was only to make some money during lockdown. It wasn't a full-time thing, I promise.
About how you were a detective 2 years ago?
Oh, that, yes. And only
About how
that.
the SO9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office?
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
The fact that you didn't go to law school or anything, you just switched straight to... I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. How's my boy doing?
Let's go monitors the visitor's room. He seems frozen in place, cowering under this room's oppressive atmosphere.
Nice. Hang in there, buddy. I'm gonna call you
The
up,
revolution's coming, brother.
That's such a weird fucking off-key thing to say.
Mate, workers are rising up!
Hang in there,
Mate,
buddy.
£15
The
minimum wage,
revolution's
mate.
coming.
We're fighting for it. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believe that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said about you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana! I don't understand. Why would you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before.
Face gland? It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases her and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant? You know that fucking Akuma-looking motherfucker who's built?
You know that fucking terrifying beast of a man?
Yeah.
Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. Tall, terrifying, a man.
They were the best team ever. They saw, hang on, what? They saw grass while they were could even be filled.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. Too bad she's scum!
Too bad she's a fucking lawyer!
But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was
to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right?
Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
Dark investigation. 2 years ago, I was second in command of detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
BRB, I smell something real bad. Hello everybody, sorry about that. Being a dog dad's always fun. Second in command, blah blah blah. Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office, and the same investigations, and the same...
They even had the same office. Oh!
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. And that was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Stop muttering. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filing some papers, while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. He died as he lived.
Oh, our cocks are touching.
Yeah. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies?
Prosecutor Marshall, the victim... the victim,
Prosecutor
Emma,
Marshall,
who had passed
the victim,
out.
and passed out, right.
Yeah. And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall had struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma and carried her out of the room and just held her.
I can't blame her after her sister must have gone the sister must have gone through.
We got it. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me
get this straight. You're all involved in the SL9 incident.
We got it, buddy. 10 minutes. We got this.
It's alright. No, it's all good. I can get going. Oh.
That's right. Quite a coincidence, hmm?
I don't buy it. Piece of shit.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the Chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. I've got a real dark theory, right?
Oh, okay.
What if Chief Gant is the serial killer?
Ooh.
And like he was framing Joe Dark, And then, like, when they actually brought Joe Dark in and explained their theory, Joe Dark's like, fuck this shit. If I'm going down, I'm taking Chief Gann with me.
Yeah.
I think he goes to murder him.
I mean,
Like that.
That would be pretty fucking cool.
That'd be fucking dark as fuck.
Dude, as fuck.
I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Shush. Not you, Vaughn. You, baby. Shush.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief of the detectives seems the same, though. Beep, beep.
Hey, babe.
Oh, we gotta look for some other people to talk to.
Right, we can come back here later.
Oh. What the fuck?
Okay.
Who are we supposed
Oh,
to talk
will it be in Edgeworth's building? No. Yes, it will be, won't it? No, I
to?
don't
No,
know.
we're looking for the chief.
Oh yeah.
We're looking for the detective office. Police department entry.
Oh, howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall!
I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. I mean, shouldn't you be like arrested?
I think he is.
Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, huh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
But, Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do you prospectors head west? Oh, I do prospectors head west. If ever there was a case I need to know the truth about it, it was this one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like we'll be getting a state lunch today.
Oh shit.
Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon.
Nani?
However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us.
I say.
The scars the SL9 incident left behind.
I really like your theory. Like, keeping that in the back of my head while like hearing all of this stuff is like, it's just a perfect cover-up.
He's got those psychopath eyes, man.
Yeah, he's got the fucking grinning gun going on.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he, your brother?
He was 27 at the time.
Do you know what's special about that age?
Well,
Amy Winehouse, Freddie Mercury, Kurt Cobain, and a load of other like famous musicians who died young.
died at 27?
27.
Oh, wow. Oh.
That's why we're all over the we're over the 27 hump. We're safe, my friend. But yeah, 27's a dangerous age.
He is awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it.
I knew it.
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SO9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transfer. Huh? Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently, someone tried to stop you.
777777. It's Gant's
Indeed.
number. It's gotta be Gant's number.
It's got that bastard Gant. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. His star was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambino. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye.
Gant Skye.
The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left.
Huh.
Everyone knew her, said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Selby, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambino, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant.
That someone is Damon Gant.
Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambino.
Oh man.
Marshall, you just to check, Marshall, you're not going to kill yourself, are you? No, goddammit, I'm just going to quit.
No, goddammit, I'm just turning myself in. Jesus Christ. Oh, mate. Well, that seems like a good place to fucking call it.
Oh, man.
So...
we're so close. We are.
Solid. Yes, one way. I don't know how Phoenix goes. It might be 2 more streams. I believe we'll get it done by the end of the year because we've got next Tuesday and the Tuesday after that. And then, and the Tuesday after that. And then that'll probably be our last stream for the year. Yeah, because then we go on like Christmas breaks and stuff and I'll be away. We'll get Phoenix done by the end of the year and then we'll start the new year with some new programming and shit we're looking forward to doing with our boy Gomez. So Thank you very much for watching, everybody who did watch. If you're watching this on the YouTube archives, then why not head on over to the Twitch channel and give us a follow. And also join our Discord and follow us on Twitter, because that's where we put all of our updates about upcoming streams, and also the spicy stream memes that Vaughn makes. Ooh, do you like the rare memes? Do you like them? Then come on over to the Twitter Discord. I'm quite tired.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Vaughn, did I forget anything?
No, I think you're all good, man.
Sweet ass. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until Thursday, we kick off. We might be finishing Resi 3 this Thursday. I don't know. It might be
Maybe,
one or two
yeah.
streams left on it, but we'll see how we go. See you Thursday, everybody.
See you
Bye,
later.
Vaughn. Bye.
Bye.